How long do you pause before you start moving and talking again? I said have it copied and paste so I don't have to do this every time. Pin it. Join it. What's going on, you guys? We got good evening. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, too. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Making the Case Wednesday. What's going on, my man, GQ? What's going on, fam? What's going on, Damien? As our room fills up, I want to first and foremost tell you guys happy holidays, happy belated Christmas, and, of course, if I do not see you before the new year, happy New Year as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is Making the Case Wednesdays, where we go live to you from Holding It Down in St. Louis, Midwest, where we bring guests and stories to try to help you guys stay encouraged and inspired on your journey. Because, fam, man, I know it's hard. I know it is hard out here in the street. What's going on, sis? How we doing, fam? And so, nevertheless, again, I want to congratulate you guys also out there who, of course, just finished up your finals. Congratulations. I know Tiana said, damn, man, I got to start back school again already. And so as our room fills up, let us know where you're watching our session from. Of course, again, my name is Anthony. I'm the founder of Becoming JD. We created this space. We created this tribe for you guys to have support, love, and encouragement throughout your journey, to make sure that you know that you are not alone, that you got us. We 20K strong, y'all. Thank you guys so much to support you in every step of that journey. And of course, I'm so excited to be a person to help you guys in that phase. For you guys who are just joining us from the study group, we have a study group that we've launched called the LSAT Ain't Got Nothing on Me. The link's in the bio, you guys. It's free $99. They meet up every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so if, in fact, you are joining us from that, thank you so much for coming. If, in fact, it's the first time you heard about it, make sure you check it out. They're like 100, probably about 150 strong in there. So make sure if you're struggling with the LSAT, we know the test is coming up, y'all, that you guys also make sure that you go ahead and get on board with that, all right? So we got Philly in the house. We got SDL holding it down. That's good. That's good. All right, who else we got in the house? All right, so as our room fills up again, remember, this space is for you guys, man. Listen, although, of course, we got New York in the house. What's going on, Fabiosa? And nevertheless, one of the things I want to make sure and tell you guys, we got Louisiana in the booth holding it down. We got NYC always. We know the vibes, right? And so, nevertheless, wherever you are in your journey, we want to make sure that we're here to help you. We got Cali. That's what's up. West Coast. And so wherever you... Diego, San Diego. That's awesome. All right? And so wherever you are in your journey, I want to make sure that you're able to come away from this session. We got Indonesia holding it down, fam. Tell us what time it is in Indonesia. What's going on? I see my sis Crystal down here holding it down. And so wherever you are in your journey, you guys, wherever, and that means you could be an applicant, you could be an accepted applicant, like my girl Crystal over there. I see you, sis. Or you could also be a law student or even a lawyer or a recent law grad. I want to make sure that this session you're able to come away full and fed, okay? So make sure you fill that chat box up, not just with telling us where you're from, but also letting us know what questions that you want to have. I want you to come away from this session fed, all right? And, of course, you guys who may not have first time joined us, you may say, what is that in the background? This zebra is a sign for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is EDS, awareness. That's something where people have a connective tissue disorder. And I have EDS. My belated daughter who's in heaven had EDS. And so we're always trying to bring awareness for EDS. And so my oldest daughter always tells me, she said, anybody that's just joining the chat, they're going to see that zebra and they're going to ask what's going on. So we're bringing awareness to Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And so I want to make sure that you guys know about it. Don't think I'm just some crazy person. So that's what that's for right there, okay? All right, so we got the Shy holding it down. All right, so the Sanabi wanted me to repeat the information for the LSAT study group. All right, for the LSAT study group, you can go to the link in the bio, right? It's literally going to send you directly to the link for the session. They do the sessions every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The passcode to join the study group is literally LSAT24, all right? That's in the link in the bio. Crystal, I know I love you. You like family. Can you put that information down in the bottom for me, please? I'd really appreciate it. So, again, that's to join the study group. They meet up $3.99, all right? And also, you can see in the link in the bio as well, okay? All right, so nevertheless, what's going on, Zanaya? What's going on? Who else we got in the house? We got Zanaya. We got Stephanie. I'm waiting for my girl Alexandria to come in here. I'm waiting for Nancy to come in here. But nevertheless, what we're going to talk about today on the session, and one of the things we've been very blessed, you guys. We've been able to have a lot of different guests from different walks of life. I hope what you guys can do, if in fact you missed it, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel where I've literally listed all of our Making the Case episodes. So you guys can make sure and check that out, all right? And so that means you need help with the LSAT. We had an amazing person on last week for the LSAT. We had somebody on doing all types of walks of life. So make sure you check that out. I think we're up to 164 subscribers. And, of course, want to make sure and boost that up as well, okay? So I'll make sure and put that somewhere on our website so you guys can check it out. But nevertheless, what we're going to be talking about today, y'all, is I'm sure you guys saw in our previous post. Right now, a lot of people are dealing with self-doubt. A lot of people are dealing with fear. A lot of people are really trying to hear those voices that's telling them to give up and pass and wait till next year. And I just wanted to make sure that we had a space here to be able to combat those negative thoughts, right? Because a lot of us are going through this. That's what you're going through. And you know what? I can even put myself into the equation. Dealing with self-doubt is probably more challenging than any LSAT problem, more challenging than any bar exam. It's being able to overcome that feeling of self-doubt. A lot of times it's what so many people are right now facing. And it's okay. I face self-doubt too. I'm trying to make sure and build this brand to make it something that we're able to help more people. And so I battle with that self-doubt as well. But nevertheless, one of the things I've hoped that this space has been able to do is be able to also provide you with encouragement during this process, okay? And so wherever you are not alone, you guys. You are not alone, all right? We're here to help you, Kiara. We're here to help you, Amber. We're here to help you, Bird, okay? Because I, for one of the things that's been so blessed is everybody who's been able to reach out to me and say, you know what, I really need some support, Anthony. I really need some help. We've been so blessed to be able to match you guys up with mentors and law students and attorneys from your state that go to the schools that you want to go to encourage you. So if, in fact, you're one of those people, you say, Anthony, I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to relate to. Just hit me up and throw me a DM and say, Anthony, I need some help. I need someone to support me. And we'll go ahead and try to link you up and match you up. Because I know at times, Amber, this journey can feel like a weight on your shoulders, man. You know what I mean? And so I just want you guys to know you are not by yourself, okay? So I'm always one DM away. And and the people that I call out, I call you guys out because I love you and I want you guys to be able to win. And I'm always rooting for you. I'm always encouraging for you, okay? So I'm always a DM away, okay? All right, so what we're going to be having on today is one of the things I love is that you guys oftentimes, when we post out questions, you guys are oftentimes not just rush to ask questions, but we also have law students and lawyers and attorneys and judges that also jump into the comments to also provide support. And so when I see that, what I oftentimes do is I pull up on them and be like, yo, let's... how about we go ahead and let you sprinkle some of that knowledge and share it with some other people? And so today we are going to have what I call, man, a superhero. A sister who's finding ways to not only just do the damn thing as a law clerk, but also to do the damn thing as a law student. Sis is somehow balancing doing it all. And somehow also got appointed to be Miss Too Well at St. Louis University. Her name is Germiya. And I'm going to get her on. And one of the things I tell y'all, man, we all friends, family, and cousins, and kinfolks. So utilize this space, you guys, to make sure and out there. I would love to also have you join the live after Germiya to kind of be able to provide some encouraging words. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get Miss 2L on the line. What's going on, sis? How we doing today, Germiya?
I'm great. How are you?
I am blessed. First things first, I want to tell you thank you, because one of the things that oftentimes people feel is fear about this journey. You know,
And I just want to thank you for taking time to go into the comments and provide direction and encouragement because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And a lot of times, boy, when we in that mode where we're afraid, all we need is that misinformation for us to be able to stop. And we just stop and we don't go any further. And so I want to tell you thank you for taking time to go in the comments and to encourage our aspiring lawyers and to give them a direction. Because a lot of people that say, man, I got kids, I got a job, I don't think I can go to law school. And to that myth, Germiya, go ahead and I'll give you the floor and let you just go ahead and drop some knowledge on folks out here.
Well, I want to say, first off, and it's cliche, it's never too late to go back to law school. So I graduated from the illustrious Dillard University in New Orleans. In 2016, I told myself that I would take a gap year off. Like, oh, I'll just take that 1 year. But my 1 year turned to 6 years. So it wasn't until I got paired up with my mentor, who is actually my boss now, a circuit judge here in St. Louis, who pushed me to go. So SLU has an incredible program. It's called the Summer Institute. It's for your non-traditional students, or your students who really can't do well on the LSAT, or GPA may be low. When you do a summer program, it's very accelerated. And 6 weeks, you take 2 classes. It's a LRW, legal research and writing. And then you'll take a number or a series of different classes. So you may have like contracts or crim law or one of your 1L classes. And took that, got in. And I said, at this point, there's no stopping here. You got to push through. So in my cohort, like one of my really good friends, she's a wife. She's a mom. She's pregnant right now. She's due to give birth in a couple of weeks. So it's doable. I mean, we work 8 hours a day and we are in school 6 hours at night. We have our little 14-hour days, but it's so doable. It is so doable.
All right, and hold up, real quick. We had some people that came late to the room. So I just want to make sure we just go and debunk you. So you're telling me that you could go to law school after 6 years? I mean, but I heard that you can't do that. How are you supposed to get letters of recommendation if you've been out of school for so long? Can you just show me how do we do that?
Well, you heard the saying, never burn your bridges. Never burn the bridges that you cross. So for me, I can only speak for myself. I have my professors back at Dillard that I need a letter of recommendation. I know I haven't been here in 6 years, but I need a letter of recommendation because every impression that you leave on someone is a lasting impression. You never want to burn those bridges just because you graduated or just because you had your senioritis and you're like, I'm done with this. I don't need this school. I don't need these people. Reach out. Your employers. Reach out to your employers. Your employers are people who know you in your current state. You're not just necessarily judged based off of who you were when you were 18, 19, 20. Especially going 6 years later, your employers know you. They know your work ethic. They know what you're capable of doing. They know what you're not capable of doing. And network.
And and again, for you guys that joined us, we are on the line with Miss Chibell from St. Louis Law School, who's doing the damn thing, you guys. Now listen, man, we're about debunking myths today. So the first myth we debunk, listen, you may be non-traditional, you may have took some time from school, but guess what, man? You're about to be a lawyer. You know how to use your mouth. Go back out. If they don't remember you, make them remember.
Make them.
We got Zoom. We could be on the call right now. Thank you. We love you here, but we can also do that in regards to reaching out to professors. They may not remember you, but you can take the step of mindset to make yourself memorable. Remind them who you are. Provide them with a brief bio so they can get an idea who you are. Yeah, our pathway may be a little bit different, but it ain't impossible. We got to step out our comfort zone. Keep on going, though, all right? And so the next thing people say was, well, Germiya, she just know people. I don't know any lawyers. I don't know any judges. Germiya just lucky like that. So I guess I just gonna have to wait. What do you say to that, Germiya? Let's debunk that myth.
I didn't know lawyers and I didn't know judges. You know, you have to put yourself in those spaces. You have to put yourself in those spaces because it's not going to be handed to you. Law school is not easy. Becoming an attorney is not easy. If it was, everyone would do it. So you have to sit in you know, in court. We have open court all the time. Every hearing we have is public. Sit in, mingle.
Go to court again, sis. I just wanted to make sure. How much is the cup?
Oh, it's zero. It's free.
Okay. All right. ID and everything. It's a dress code. I mean,
you know, just dress semi-professional, you know, because you want to network, you know, but sitting in the courtrooms, you know, look at the attorneys who's walking out. Express your interest in wanting to be an attorney, you know. Like I said, I followed attorneys on social media. When I met judges and I met attorneys, I made sure, hey, my name is Germiya. I am an aspiring prosecutor. I am interested in working with you. If you have, you know, internships or if I could sit in, if I could shadow, you know, you have to go out and get it. You have to go out and mingle because, and you know, St. Louis is so small and our legal community is smaller, you know, so you want to get in and you want to be able to build those connections because they're definitely lasting connections.
And again, guys, I want you to understand for guys just know everything we're saying is all in love and support. We want you guys to be in these spaces. And I love the fact that we can't answer questions. Because somebody said, well, what are the court hours? So go ahead and let them know. You know, Monday through Thursday, Friday.
You know, so we are open Monday through Friday. And I can only speak, and it should be, you know, globally working hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can always, I know there are certain courts where you can go on their websites and you can look at what their dockets are. You can look and see what dockets they have. You can stop at the security desk, ask if there's any trials going on, you know, things like that, and they can give you exactly what you need.
And so, I mean, the thing about it is, you guys, the opportunities are out there. I think one of the things that Germiya said is so beautiful, so innocent, but also so true. It's just like, you got to take those steps, man. Like, you can kind of, I mean, we could do it for the sneaker app. We could do it for the Beyonce concert, but we ain't doing it for our lawyer dreams. I mean,
and it's free.
I mean, we in line for Color Purple, but we ain't going in line for our lawyer dreams. My wife would tell me to stop, so I'm gonna stop. I don't want to make nobody angry out there. Color Purple, go ahead. But nevertheless, Germiya, one of the things people oftentimes worry about is, well, how do I do this time management thing? Because I heard that law school is hard, and I still got to work. So how do you do it, sis? Because honestly, I'm trying to figure out anything I can figure out how to make things work time management. Because sis, you're clearly the queen.
You know, it's nothing but the grace of God. Really, with me, like I said, I have 14-hour days. So I work 8 to 5, and I'm in school 6 to 10. You know, so that's Monday. So last semester I did that Monday through Thursday. So my time management and my study hours was whenever I can get it in, you know. So as this being my third semester, going into my fourth semester, it was a lot of trial and errors that I was able to do. So before last semester started, I sat down. Okay, if I have 30 minutes in between these classes, those 30 minutes I'm going to study. If I have an hour and 45 minutes, those hour and 45 minutes I'm going to study. If I get out of class at 7 o'clock tonight, and I normally get out of class the other days at 10 o'clock, I'm going to study from 7 to 10 because I would have been here anyway if it was a different day. So you have to take advantage of those small hours. And for me, I have a judge that is extremely, you know, helpful and supportive. So if we don't have anything going on in the courtroom and I'm caught up on my work, I'm getting fussed at. What are you doing? Don't you have finals? Is it finals week? What are you doing? You know, so take those down times when you're at work, the weekends. I always tell people law school is a full-time job. That's what it is. So you have to treat it like a full-time job. If you have to study on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because that's what you can do, well, my judge always tells me, and I hate it when she says it, but it's so true. Everything that you want to do is going to be there when you graduate. The people are going to be there. Clubs is going to be there. The restaurants are going to be there. It's all going to be there. It's 3 years. You're sitting down for 3 years. So
one of the things I tell people, and it's all love, I said, I know we got a chocolate city. I tell people, I said, you can move to the chocolate city after you pass the bar and after you graduate, you know. But nevertheless, one of the also, what's going on, Kim, sis? What's going on? Other thing I also want to ask you about is like, you know, in regards to learning your first year, because you got a system now.
Right.
But for a lot of people, that anxiety, because I mean, of trying to figure out, okay, how do I study? How do I manage? Can you go ahead and tell them, like, before everything clicked, what was the thing that helped everything start clicking for you in your 1L year? I don't know, it's just weird. Everybody out there, it has that moment where you're like, yeah.
Oh, that's what Marbury Madison was about. Yeah. So, for me first, because like I said, I went to school 6 years after I graduated, right? And when I was in undergrad, I wasn't the one that had to study, right? I was the one where I made dean's lists. You know, as long as because I'm a talker, so as long as I'm talking in class, I'll remember the conversation. I can remember it all. So I went to law school same way. I don't have to study. You know, I don't have to outline. I don't have to. You know, I know this, right? And then midterms come, and then you're like, I don't know this, you know, so it's different. You know, outlining works for certain people and outlining doesn't work for others. For me, outlining just doesn't work for me. I've tried it. And I know it is attorneys and law students that are like, what do you mean outlining doesn't work for you? It just does not. So I rely on my supplements. Your supplements are your best friend. And like I said, I come from a supportive judge, so I have all of her supplements from when she was in law school. And if they're out of date, then I buy some. And Barbary, I live by my supplements. So that is number one that I would say. When you get out of class, review your notes. Review your notes when you get out of class, because you're writing and everything seems so mumbo jumbo while you're writing. But when you sit down and you're reading, you're like, oh, okay, that's what they meant, you know, and ask questions in class. Excuse me, I have to talk this out. I have to make sense. My professors know, like, oh, Germiya has to talk this out so it makes sense for her. Yes, and don't be afraid to do so. Okay, so you said that negligence is the negligence per se, and you know, you just have to, and when you write your notes, layman's terms, write how you understand it. You know, like I'll write what they say, and then I'll do a tab, and then I'll write in Maya words what it means, is what I say. So this is the Maya words, and this is the Maya version, so that I understand. I have to put it in simple terms for myself to understand. So that's what I would say about studying. And my dad told me this, and I loved it. Everyone who played in the NBA was good in college or high school. When they got to NBA, everybody is good. So I had to remember that, because when I was failing or things was hard, I just cried like, this is so hard. I just don't understand this. And he was like, I was an honor student in college, and he said NBA players were the best when they were in high school and college too.
Yep.
So.
And you guys, I see Kimberly just joined us. I see Crystal's back in here. Brandy, make sure you hit up mine, because you and her got energy that would just completely explode. Brandy, I'm calling you out all love. Brandy's doing the grinding and working. I was like, ooh, Brandy should holler. And she popped up in the chat. So if you're there, sis, please holler at her. Germiya, tell them where they can find you on Instagram.
So my name on Instagram is Your Lawbae. YOURLAWBAE. And you guys are more than welcome to follow. You guys are more than welcome to DM. However you want to get in touch with me, that's fine.
And we got to go with some more questions, because one of the things oftentimes, because I want to rewind us back, you know, before law school, before everything got humble. It's like, one of the questions that we ask people is we ask about, you know, what are some of the things you're leaving back in 23, you know, that you're not going, and one of the things that people talked about was things like self-doubt, imposter syndrome. And those are like, and you know, so prevalent in the comments. And I know, let's be honest, it's something that we all battle. And I just want to know, there's somebody out here that's probably really anxious to hear some words. April, pay attention. What are some things that you want to tell them in regards to how you overcome self-doubt? Because I'm sure the first day of school, you're like, and I got this, I'm here, but also the other voice in your ear is like, girl, you've been out of school for 6 years. Girl, what you doing?
You gotta read this, girl. You ain't read a book. Yeah, so for me, I don't know. I have an amazing village.
Yeah.
Because I'm a crybaby. I'm a cry it out, And I had a professor, and she told us, she said, child, when I was in law school, I found me a bathroom, and every day I went to that bathroom and I cried. So for me, I'm a cry it out. You have to cry it out, let it out. My dad calls me every other week or every other month. I'm like, it's about time for a breakdown, isn't it? Like, you ain't called me. It's time for a breakdown. Just knowing that, one, for me, because I work in the courthouse, so just knowing that, okay, they can be an attorney. I know I can be an attorney, And then for me, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm first generation, so I'm not doing this for myself. I have nieces and nephews who are my children. I always say my sisters are the surrogates. They're my children, and they know, like, my TT is going to be a judge, and my TT is going to be a prosecutor, So I'm not doing this for me. And it's so cliche, but I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for my babies.
And I think what it also is, sometimes one of the reasons why I had this show is for us to also normalize the struggle. Man, a lot of people like, man, I'm struggling. That must be a sign from God that I should be doing it. Not fair. The struggle is part of the process.
Part of the process.
And it's ugly. It hurts. And I'm man enough to hear it. I done cried some tears, y'all. And, but one of the things that's amazing, though, and I'm sure you could attest, is you learn so much about yourself from this process.
Oh, my God. How bendable you are. Yes. Like, I could bend so much, and I haven't broke yet. Nothing's broken me yet. Like, I've bent. It's a very humbling experience. It's a very humbling experience.
And I dog here said, I have never been so ready to struggle and cry in my life.
And that is my mentee. She's one of my mentees. Ken just took the LSAT, and we're waiting on to take it again.
But the thing about it is, I tell people that you're just going to learn about yourself.
Yep.
The first year, you're beginning to realize that, man, I ain't as smart as I thought I am.
Woo!
Then it's like, okay, so this is what I have to do to get there. That means I'm going to have to be uncomfortable. I complained about the LSAT, but man, this is a lot harder than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but I can do this.
Yes.
How did it feel for you? And I'm sorry for jumping all over the place. And you guys, fill the chat box with questions, because especially for my non-officials out there who want to know how that process goes, because I do want to ask you this, because when you make up your mind, okay, I'm going to be a part-time student, and I got to find, how did that process? Because I think a lot of people out there are trying to figure out, I go to part-time round, how do I find school? And I mean, you just found the perfect spot. It's just, woo!
So for me, part-time was not a decision that I chose myself. I waited too long to go to law school, and I got grown-up bills. So I had to work, but I have to be an attorney. That's non-negotiable.
Hold on, I want you to say that one more time. To her that I always call her out every session.
I have to work, but I have to be an attorney. That's non-negotiable. It's not. Yeah. So my judge is a SLU alum, and like I said, I help my sister, raise her children, and my family's here, and I've been a clerk for almost 10 years, so my network is here. So I want to take the bar here. So what I had to do, and honestly, I was running away from law school, and I'm going to be very transparent. I was in the middle of a fast. And I said, God, if it's for me, order my steps. And if it's not for me, let me know. And I was working in St. Louis County Circuit Court at the time. And I actually got a position in St. Louis City Circuit Court, which was across the street from the law school. So I was like, oh, you spoke loud and clear. That was loud and clear. So that was December of 2019. I started taking the LSAT in 2020. I started studying in 2020. I took it in 21. I started in 22. But in that process, it was a simple process, just do the application. And like I said, I did the summer program as well, so it wasn't that easy for me. I had to prove that I belonged there. You have 15 seats that they were given, and you had to compete for those 15 seats, lot of hard nights, a lot of tears. I applied, I got in. It's a 4-year program. I'm going to be out in 3.5, God willing. Yeah.
And so again, you guys, we are on live with Germiya. She is a 2L at St. Louis University School of Law, Miss 2L, and also doing the thing as a clerk, guys. So pulling 30 hours a day, doing the grind, and doing the work. And I want you guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. She's one of the many law students, many attorneys, you guys, who've been filling up the comment box, answering you guys' questions. And so make sure you have here, just like we did with the young lady we had last week, fill the chat box up with questions. Because what she's referring to, you guys who may not know, is oftentimes St. Louis University, I think there's some other law schools, phenomenal. They offer what they call conditional acceptance programs. And with these programs, it's an opportunity, what I call prove it, and your prove it program, where you have an opportunity to show your worth. And the intensity of those programs is next level, because everybody ain't gonna get no seat, and you can literally be moving down there, got your ish, and if you don't handle it right, you get to step. But it's a wonderful opportunity, because I think what's beautiful about this, and you can tell me if I'm good. I know, don't tell my words, but you found out your value. You realize that one thing about that program, it starts the foundation for your self-confidence in yourself.
Yeah. And then a lot of us say, if only I can just get a foot in the door. That was my foot in the door. I've always been in situations where it's, you're not experienced enough, or you don't have enough experience. And I always said, well, just let me show you. That was my let me show you moment. It did build my confidence up, because I tell people law school is different. College, you're learning the same thing that you've been learning since kindergarten. They're just adding on to it, just adding on to it. 2 + 2 is 4. Now you got y equals x mb squared, all of that. But then when you get to law, it's different. The words that we use are different. I remember I had my first IRAC I had to write, and we got down to conclusion. Your top conclusion is you're summing up everything. So I did a summary, and they said, no, ma'am, your conclusion is therefore motion for summary judgment should be granted. Leave it at that. So you are learning
the rules
all over again. If you're in kindergarten, that you are really in kindergarten, you're learning different. It's a different way of thinking. Yeah.
And the thing is, though, and when you put it down in this foundation, if you can read, and if you can learn to accept that your may not be right, you pass the law.
Yep.
Always did it like, no, ain't gonna work. But no, they told you what they want. Am I right?
Give it to them.
Tell you what they like. When you turn in your, we're not gonna get too hard for you guys out there. Turn in your memo. If you look at the right, and your memo don't look like 50 other people's, you done did something wrong.
You wasn't paying attention. Each professor wants their own thing. It's so weird. It's like, oh, you want IRAC, but you want IREAC. Like, you want an explanation in yours, and give them what they want.
Oops, don't work.
Yeah.
Question. Kimberly got a great question here. She wanted to ask, Sean, she wanted to ask you, in regards to scholarships, are you able to get scholarships part-time students?
Yes, you're able to get scholarships as a part-time student. It's literally the same process as full-time. Just when you're filling out your application, you're just selecting part-time. That's it. The money is still there for you. You're still able to get scholarships from different other organizations or law firms around you. The program that I did also granted us a scholarship once we successfully completed it. So yeah, you're able to get the same FAFSA, same Pell Grant student, all of that.
And just to add on to that, we all know around Germiya, when we cut on the Today Show, we give out that talking about my daughter got $13 million in scholarship money. You guys, I know you're tired. And I told Crystal and heard this story before. So if you guys who haven't heard it, Germiya about to say it. I know you guys are tired of the process. But man, there's so much money out there. And literally all you have to do, I told Crystal, you tell me if I'm wrong. But Crystal, if you apply for one scholarship a week, just one. Now, a lot of them you can utilize your same asset, copy paste. That could be money because these law school coins. I know you see your tuition already went up. Tuition go up every year in every law school in the country.
I just looked at how much it costs because I'm gonna just talk to Uncle Sam. They Sally Mae, they gonna cut the check. And I just looked at how much tuition was, and I said, "My Lord, I need to start applying for scholarships."
And so somebody has a question for you. Because again, I was bunking them in. The questions, y'all. The next question was, do you have time to participate in law review as an evening? They want to know what that flexibility like is, being part-time and also, being as well.
So you can participate in any organization in law school. I'm a part-time student and I stay at the law school. I know the daytime students, I know the daytime professors. I participate in a career or not career day. We have like our different organizational fair. I participate in all of it. I have a part-time classmate who's in the law review right now. So it's all about what time you make. It's all about what you can handle, what your time management looks like. For me, I work 14-hour days. So when I get out of school, sister's coming home and eating and going to bed. So I wasn't interested in law review. But you can do it. You can do whatever you want to do in law school. Whatever. You can take day classes. If you're a part-time student, it's so flexible. I know with me, I can take up to 11 and a half hours. I take 11 hours right now. 12 makes you full-time. So I can take up to 11 and a half hours, daytime, nighttime, however I want to make my schedule.
And just to double back on what you're saying, and a lot of times you can make that choice. Just because you're part, you don't have to be part permanently.
Right.
And I'm sure, Germiya, be tempted. You take one summer, and you take two classes, and you already back. And so I know one of my classmates, he got into the part-time program, and she said, "Man, I stay here if I have to." And she said, "I'll take the summer," and she took like courses, and then she graduated with us. So there is flexibility there, and that you really what you want.
Yep. You can make your experience what you want your experience to be. You can be as active as you want to be, and you can be as inactive as you want to be. I'm a part-time night student, and they harassed me to get on the e-board for BOSSA. Harassed me. Oh. You can make it whatever you want to make it, whatever you want your experience to be.
And so, Nancy, I hope, and this is all love for you guys out there. Sean, I hope you're here for holding it down. I want you guys to realize that it's really all about what you want to do, y'all. And, it may not be, I know you had to go search. Tell them how that process was of getting those LORs. I think people need to know, oh, man, it's been a while, man. I don't know how to get to them.
So my mentee and I, we just went through this. Nobody is emailing me back. You have to make them email you back. Call, leave voice messages. I text. I'll get your cell phone number and I'll text you. I'll find you on LinkedIn. Hey, do you remember me? I was in your class. She's laughing because we went through this. They're not texting me back. They're not emailing. Well, Ken, call them. Send them an email. Send them another email. They finally did keep emailing. Yeah, because they want to see that you're interested in it. You have to work for it, especially if you didn't keep up with them. You have to, with my mentee, one of her professors came back and had a whole line of questions. Well, why do you want to go to SLU? And what made you want to go to law school? And I never heard you talk, That's fine. If we have to play this game, let's play this game.
I mean, really, what I tell people, you think about this. Your first case, I know you heard it before, Sean, your first case is an attorney representing yourself. Your application to law school is literally a court case. You are presenting yourself before admission or the judges, making your case to what law school should accept.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, and check this out. And
yeah.
Why I feel is that if we don't answer text, tell people. If I was to ask everybody on this call right now, all love, how many unopened emails you got?
I don't want to say.
I got 3,000.
I got about 4.
How many text messages we have? I got about 35.
I'm about 200.
And I say this because I want you guys to realize, so what your mind said, we send out emails, send out text. Just like you guys, it's not intentional, it's not because personal, they're ignoring you, and maybe they haven't yet. And so that persistence, we can't allow our emotions feel in a way of what I call our blessing. All right, you got that ambition? So, like, literally, the persistence paid off for your mentee. And
yeah.
I'm the type of person that this what I do. I'm the type to pull up. I tell people,
I apply to New Orleans. I ain't been there in a long time anyway.
I tell people, I said, listen, man, if you live in a close vicinity, and seriously, pull up and schedule an appointment. Remove the barriers that are in the way. And I understand that they could be here, but understand this. There's somebody else there's somebody else out there do what you're not going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let that be the reason why you don't see and you have to wait a minute.
Yep.
And that's the scary thing. Everything that you're willing to do, somebody else is going to do. Because I swear, folks, I thought I was doing something when I was in law school. I was like, man, I'm traveling 200 miles a day. Man, hey, I'm doing something. And I met this man that was staying at a hotel away from his family and only going home on the like, let me shut my mouth.
You see what I'm saying?
There's people, they're moving earth, wind, and water to get to law school. It's all about effort, you guys. And if you want it, keep it above this. There's people right now that don't mean squat anymore. It's all about, do you want it more than them? And that's one of the things that happens in your acceptance program that you did. You were like, I want this.
And then I also knew my LSAT score wasn't strong. I had a 144. And okay, well, if I can't get in and you're going to judge me about this LSAT score, let me start emailing you all. You're going to know who Germiya is. So when it's time for you guys to look at applications and you have your conversations in the admissions room on who, I have more people advocating for me. Yeah, she really wants this. She emails us. She comes up here. She did the program. I make myself known. I'm a part-time night student and they know me. The deans know me by name. They know me. Oh, you have con law today? Okay, when's that final? Okay. When I go pick up my finals, I don't even have to show my badge because I make myself known. They know exactly who I am.
All right, okay. You just dropped a serious gem. And I have to be able to go run it back. All right? Because you know what? I need you to check this out. I need you to check out what she did. So hold on. You had your LC score. We're going to break it down.
I can't hear you. Mm-mm. No. Oh, he's froze. You guys can ask questions until he comes back. Okay, there you are.
All right, cool. Sorry about that. My wife called me to the Bluetooth. But your LSAT score doesn't determine your your value, your worth, or anything. And so tell them real quick. Hold on. Who'd you email to advocate for yourself? Tell them about the process.
I started talking. I started talking to the admissions department. I started speaking with them. What do you guys look for in an applicant? Here's my LSAT score. Here's my GPA. Here's my transcript. So for me, once again, I'm gonna be very transparent. My freshman GPA in undergrad was a 1.7. I was in New Orleans having an amazing time. So it was a 1.7. So I had to work my butt off to graduate with a 3.0, but they was like, well, your LSAT score is a 144 and your GPA is a 3.0, you need to take the test. Now, I took the test 3 times and I got a 140, a 144, and a 144. I said, I'm not taking this again because 144 is what it's going to be. So I reached out. My transcript shows I went from a 1.7 to a 3.0. My transcript shows my junior and my senior year, I got 4.0s each semester. So they look at that and they see, oh, okay, this is an uphill battle for her. It looks like she got it together. It was a little rough when she was younger. What do you guys suggest that I do with my application? Addendums. I filled addendums out for my GPA. I did addendums for my LSAT score. I did a diversity statement. I did a personal statement. I did everything so that I can advocate for myself because I am not who I was when I was 18. I'll be 30. I'm not who I was at 18. I've had life experiences. I've been in the legal department or the legal sector for almost a decade. So you can't. I'm not gonna let you base me off of who I was in undergrad. So who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to connect with? Who do I need to network with?
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Sis said, I'm emptying out the tank. I'm shooting my shot. I'm not allowing anybody to make any type of assumptions about me. I'm going to advocate for myself like the attorney. I'm giving you a preview of what I'm going to do at your school while I'm there and when I leave.
Because I don't know the name. I don't know the word, no. I don't know what that means.
Ooh, I love it, you guys. I want you guys to understand that. And what's the worst thing they can tell you? No. What is the worst? And if they tell you no, you just made it clear for where I'm going to go to school anyway. And so for everybody out there who, and I tell people, I said, you can act passive and watch your life pass you by.
Or you can go get it.
And right now you have a young sister out here who's showing you guys how to do it. And she is taking time to show you guys. Someone said, thank you. Bugs Mama said, thank you for experience the truth. Passing truth, monumental necessity. Love it. Who else we got? Ambitious gal said, love this. Because the thing is, it's like, I want you guys to understand, and this is the blessing for my community that we're all creating, is that we are so few in numbers, but because of that, it builds a community that we look out for each other. Now, listen, we send out messages to people, and a lot of times we live in fear about what people are going to say. But I just want to tell you, what's so amazing is the Black and Brown legal community. We've really just been able to be here to help everybody. So one of the things I want to close with is there's somebody else out there right now who's on the verge of thinking about quitting. Who's on the verge, she got her kids, they got their scores, it's not the best. Maybe they got a rejection letter already. And I just want you to give you the last words of what you want to say to them to make them realize that it's going to be okay. And this too.
I want to start off by saying a rejection does not mean no. A rejection means not yet. We have to stop thinking because I was rejected from this school that I'll never be where I want to be, or I'll never, amount to what I want to amount. You may not, your purpose may not be at that school. It may not be written in the cards for you to be at that school. One thing that I had to do is I had to be more system oriented versus being goal oriented. Because with being goal oriented, it's easier to disappoint ourselves. It's easier to want to quit because things are not working the way we figure or we want it to work out. If you focus on the ending goal is to get into law school. The ending goal is to graduate law school, to pass the bar. That is what you're focusing on. We're not focusing on passing the LSAT the first time. I don't care how many times you need to take the LSAT. I said I took it 3 times. That's not our goal. Our goal is to get into law school. So when you change your mindset on being goal oriented and start thinking about or goal oriented, and being more system oriented, then you'll be able to grind and work through it. It's not going to be easy. And I think I said this before. If it's easy, everybody would have been attorneys.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have 5% of the Black and brown lawyers if it was this easy, And for a lot of us, we don't come with lawyers and judges, and our family has 5,000 law firms all over the country, and they can just make a call and we get into law school. That's not a lot of us, So start thinking about that ending goal. That's what you need to start thinking about. And I promise you, when you start thinking of it like that, it will work out completely. Before I reached out to you about speaking on your platform, I had a mental breakdown the day before because I had a horrible evidence final. But that's me being goal oriented. And I had to take myself back and say, it's to get past this semester. I don't care if I got past the semester with a C. That's what the ending goal is. So just change your mindset.
And with that word, so you guys may not have thought we were going to go to church today, but we definitely took them to church. And I want you guys to be encouraged. Reach out to us during this process. Of course, you can reach me at Becoming Safety, and you can also reach out to her at your law day. And you guys who just who came in late, you can always go ahead and listen to this on our YouTube channel or also on Instagram. And thank you so much for taking the time to share your story. I hope you guys have gotten something from this story. The gift for the holiday is never give up, man. Never give up. And someone told me today, they said, you can't lose if you don't quit. I was like,
and you'll never know. You quit, you'll never know.
And so thank you again, Tamar, for joining us. You guys can hope with another amazing guest next week. And again, peace and blessings to continue to fight for your lawyer dream. You're not alone. You got a whole tribe. It's your mind this joint tribe, y'all, here to help you, encourage you, motivate you on the journey. You're not alone. Keep fighting, you guys. Peace and blessings.
Bye, guys.